What's up, guys? It's DarkArmedDuelist, and today we just got some big news about Doom of Dimensions. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's check out these reveals. So I'm super excited to check these out with you guys because we have new Black Rose Dragon support, we have True Draco support, and even Tri-Brigade support, and some other really cool support cards that just got announced. So let's go ahead and check these cards out. So first off, we're going to check out the Black Rose Dragon support, going to be released in Doom of Dimension. And first off, we have a new main deck monster that looks absolutely phenomenal. And this card is actually called Violence Witch. Actually, that's really cool. So let's go ahead and see what this card actually does. So this card is a level 4 Dark Plant effect monster with 1100 attack points and 1200 defense points. And you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. For the first effect, if you control a Black Rose Dragon, a monster that mentions it, or a plant synchro monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Now that's a pretty cool ability just to instantly bring this card out to your side of the field, and I do believe this card is actually based on Violet Witch. So let's go ahead and see what the second effect does. So for the second effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard and a synchro monster is on the field, you can discard a card, special summon one plant monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon the X deck for the rest turn except synchro monsters. That's totally fine because in the Black Rose Dragon deck, you really want to be synchro summoning anyway, so that's actually a really cool ability just to instantly bring this card back to your side of the field so you can climb into some other synchro plays, and I really like that effect to instantly bring it back to your side of the field. That is a really cool ability. That might even be a 3 of inside of the Black Rose deck, which would be really, really cool. Let's go ahead and see what the next card does. So for the next one, ooh, is that based on Twilight Rose Knight? Oh, that's super cool. Ah, I'm so excited for this. I really love Rose support. So let's go ahead and see what this does. This card is called Twilight Rose Black Knight. And this card is a level 3 Dark Plant Tuner effect monster. We're getting a new tuner, which is super cool. And this card has 1000 attack and 1000 defense. And you only use the first and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. For the first effect, if this card is normally special summoned, you can special summon a Black Rose Dragon or a level 4 lower plant monster in the graveyard, but negate its effects. Okay, so that's actually really good because that card actually gives us the ability to step into Ruddy Rose Dragon, which I still wish they wouldn't have changed the name, but it actually helps us step into Ruddy Rose Dragon by bringing Black Rose Dragon to our side of the field, so we can actually go for a Synchro Tim, and if they bring back Baron, that would actually be really insane to actually make Baron inside this deck as well. For the second effect, plant monsters you control gain 1000 attack while you control a synchro monster. That's a really cool ability just to give us a big boost for our plant monsters to help us swing in for game. And that's actually really, really cool, especially if this archetype works with Black Garden. And for the third effect, you can target one other plant monster you control and increase or decrease its level by 1, helping you go in for the exact synchro play that you need, which is actually pretty neat. So it can help you make like level 8, level 7, and level 6 synchro plays, which is actually pretty cool because there's some really cool synchro monsters that are plants that are actually level 6. So let's go ahead and see what the next card does. This card is probably going to be like a 3 of in the deck. I'm pretty sure it might be, unless we get like a Rhoda. This card might be a 3 of. That's actually really good support. Okay, so for the next card, oh, we're getting a new Black Rose. Oh, we're getting a new Black Rose. Oh, that's cool. What does this card do? Please have a cool name. Okay, it's called Bramble Rose Dragon. Oh, that's a good name. Oh, that's really good. Okay, what does this do? It's a level 7 fire plant synchro effect monster. It's not a dragon. It's not a dragon. It's actually a plant monster. That's really neat. Okay, so it has 2400 attack and 1800 defense. It requires a plant tuner plus a non-tuner to make this card. 1 plus non-tuner monsters to make this card. So you can put multiple monsters in this card. Okay, this card is ability. You can only use the second and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. For the first effect, each time your opponent activates a monster effect, inflict 600 points of damage to them when that effect resolves, and if you do, all face-up monsters they control lose 600 attack. It's literally another tax dragon. Oh my goodness, but it's a plant. Oh, that's so cool. I love this card. It's like a flare metal. Oh, dude, it's like Flare Metal and Masquerade and all those really cool cards. I really like this card. This card is awesome. Now I'm gonna have to figure out how to make this in Red Eyes, so you can summon out Red Eyes, Flare Metal, and this and Masquerade all at once. That's super cool. I really like this card. Okay, so what else does this do? This is really cool. Okay, so what else does this do? For the second effect, during the main phase, quick effect, you contribute this card to special summon a Black Rose Dragon from your X-Shag, and it's treated as a synchro summon. So we can have an on-demand board wipe to instantly summon out Black Rose Dragon to our side of the field to just destroy everything. So you're always making this card first and Black Rose Dragon second, so you can actually just summon Black Rose using this to your side of the field, so you can just board wipe the field, and it's a quick effect, so you can do it on your opponent's main phase to use Black Rose as basically a board wipe. This card is going to become a staple in a lot of synchro decks, and I'm really here for it. Okay, this card's really good. This card's probably like a 2 of inside of the Black Rose Dragon deck, and I love the artwork. I really love the horns that they actually gave Black Rose Dragon, which is so cool. This card is awesome looking. Okay, so what else do we have? So we have a new, oh, is that a Kiza? Oh, we got a card that's based on a Kiza, and she has her mask on. That's super cool. What is this card called? Okay, it's called Hate Rose Witch. Why not? Okay, cool. Actually, I love Rose Witch, but hey, whatever. Let's see what this card does. Okay, it's a level 6 Dark Plant Synchro Effect monster with 1600 attack and 2400 defense. I absolutely love the Rose archetype. I'm really excited for this. This is really neat support. Okay, so this card is super generic, just taking a tuner and a non-tuner to make this card, and you can only use the first and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. For the first effect, if this card is synchro summon, you can send up to 2 plant monsters to the graveyard, 1 from your deck and 1 from your X-Shag. Also, you cannot special summon the X-Shag for the rest of the turn except synchro monsters. For the second effect, plant monster you control cannot be destroyed by card effect. Excuse me. We can just make it so our cards can't be destroyed by Black Rose. That's really cool. So that's actually basically a Kiza for the deck. That is so cool they actually turned a Kiza into a card. Okay, so for the third effect, if this card is on the field, is destroyed by card effect, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. If a card on the field is destroyed by card effect, basically your copy of Black Rose, while it's in the grave, you can just instantly bring it back to your side of the field. That's really good. This card's probably like a 2 of as well in the deck, maybe just a 1 of, but it's really good. And you want to put this card in defense position as quickly as you can to your side of the field, just to protect your plant monsters from Black Rose, because now the game plan is summon Black Rose as quickly as possible, or summon out your copy of, Bramble Rose Dragon, and then summon out this card as well to your side of the field, so you can basically summon out Black Rose during your opponent's turn and destroy everything but your plants. This is really good support. Okay, so what else do we have? So we also have a new spell card. Ooh, that's Black Garden. Oh, that's Black Garden with Black Rose as the statue. Ooh, what does this do? Okay, so this card is called Black Rose Garden. It's a continuous spell. It's not a field spell. This is not a field spell, so it doesn't actually go against playing Black Garden. That's actually really neat. So you can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. You can only use the third effect of this card's name once per turn. For the first effect, when this card resolves, you can add a Rose Dragon monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. That is so needed. That is such a needed effect for this deck to give us a Rhoda for the deck. This is like Crimson Gaia. When Red Dragon Archfiend got Crimson Gaia. That's really good. We really needed that for Rose Dragon. Okay, so for the second effect, face-up monsters on the field become plant monsters. Ooh, it turns everything into a plant, so Black Rose Dragon will not get destroyed by its own effect when it actually has your copy of Rose Witch on your side of the field. They're definitely changing that name in the TCG, but this card is really cool. For the third effect, if this card is destroyed, inflicts 100 damage to your opponent for each plant monster in your graveyard and banishment. Then if it was destroyed by the effect of a Black Rose Dragon, inflict 2400 points of damage to them. Whoa! That is a lot of burn damage on top of your copy of your other monster, which is your Bramble Rose, also doing 600 every time that they resolve an effect that's a monster. They're just taking so much burn damage. I am so for this deck. I am definitely playing Rose next. This is so cool. I am so excited for this. This is actually amazing. This card's a 3 of. This card's like a 2 of. Is that it? Is that it? Okay, yes, because I did see this and I was like, oh, that must be it. Okay, so that's it. So this card's a 3 of. The Black Rose Garden's a 3 of because it's basically Rhoda. This card's probably like a 2 of, because you want to have basically have this card on your side of the field so your plants can't be destroyed by card effects. Then we have the next card, which is the Bramble Rose, which is probably again a 2 of to be able to just basically board wipe, maybe even a 3 of, because this might be the whole game plan now to instantly bring out your copy of Black Rose. Probably 2/2 for Black Rose, and this would be the best option. Then this card's probably a 3 of because it helps you instantly bring out your copy of Black Rose, because if normal or special summon, you can special summon Black Rose or up level 4 a lower plant from the graveyard. But its effects are negated, which is an amazing ability. Plus, it gives our plant synchro monsters a boost, or our plant monsters a boost of 1,000. And then this card is probably also a 3 of because it's just an extender. Because if you have like Red Rose, you can just have this out on your side of the field and then special summon out your copy of Witch. And then once you do, you can instantly go in for your copy of Black Rose or Bramble Rose Dragon, which is really, really insane. These cards are really good. I'm not sure how you're actually going to use this too much. That if this card is synchro summon, you can send up to 2 plant monsters to the graveyard, 1 for your deck and 1 for your extract. Also, you can't special summon the extract with the rest except synchro monsters. I'm not sure how that comes up. Definitely know. Let me know down in the comments how that actually comes up in the deck. Maybe sending something like a Spore to the graveyard, or if they give us back a copy of like Glow Bloom or something like that, or Glow Bulb, we can actually use it that way maybe. But overall, amazing card, and awesome artwork that they've actually included Akiza as a card. That's so cool. If you guys didn't watch 5Ds, that's actually her mask, because at one point she did have a mask on, which is so cool to actually see that, and it's a really, really good anime reference. So let's go ahead and check out the next cards. We actually have support for True Draco as well, and we actually have a new Masterpiece. So let's see what this card does. This card is a level 10 Dark Worm effect monster called Masterpiece, the True Draco Overlord. Oh, that's Vector Pendulum. Okay, as actually the Masterpiece. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, what does this do? Requires 3 tributes to normal summon face up, but you can tribute continuous spells and traps you control as well as monsters, and you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. For the first effect, when your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or field and you control this tribute summon card, quick effect, you can negate the activation if you destroy that card. Oh, that's broken. Oh, if you get this a Masterpiece out on your side of the field, you win. That's actually insane. For the second effect, if this card is tribute summon, or if this tribute summon card is destroyed by a battle or by an opponent's card effect while it's in his owner's control, you can skip your opponent's next main phase. That's pretty broken too. So your opponent goes draw, standby, and then they have to go to battle or they have to go to end phase, which is pretty good because you don't get a main phase too if you don't go into battle phase. So that's actually really insane. If your opponent doesn't go in for game and they just can't finish the duel without actually getting rid of this, then you basically just go in for game, which is pretty cool on the follow-up. But that's pretty cool that we actually have a negate inside of True Draco. That's actually really, really crazy. But it might mean that more of the floodgates are actually going to get hit, which would be really nice. So let's see what else we got. Oh, that's like a corrupted version of the Fiend. Ooh, that is wicked looking. Wow. That is really wicked looking for the face. Okay, so what is this card? This card is called Paradox, the True Draco Phoenix Knight. That's weird. Okay, it's a level 6 Wind Worm effect monster with 1800 attack and 1400 defense. That's not very good stats. Okay, so what does this do? To tribute summon this card face up, you can tribute a continuous spell trap you control instead of a monster, and you only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. That's a really weird True Draco support card. Okay, and for the second effect, for the first effect, if this card is in your hand, you can destroy one other True Draco or True King card in your hand or face on the field, and if you do, special summon this card. Special summon this card to either field. That's weird. We just hand this card to our opponent, and if this card is normally special summon from the hand, banish the top 4 cards of your deck. Okay, that's weird. I'm not sure if that's going to see much play. I might be wrong, but it's kind of weird for the deck. Like, I'm not sure. I don't think that's going to see play in True Draco, but it might see play in like True King, maybe? If like they actually like flush out the True King archetype a little bit. Because currently we just kind of have like a couple of True King cards, and like the True Draco support cards kind of say True King as well. So maybe? I'm not sure. That's kind of weird though. I'm not sure about this card. Okay, so for the next one, we do have Draco Standoff, which is pretty cool. I really like that. Okay, So this card is a continuous spell card, and you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn, and you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Now when this card resolves, you can add a true Draco or a true King monster or a Draco Slayer or Dracoval or Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. This card instantaneously a 3-of. Instantaneously a 3-of in True Draco, because this card is a Rhoda for the exact card that you need from your deck to your hand. This card can literally search Masterpiece, which is insane. This is really good support, and it means you don't have to play 3 copies of Masterpiece anymore. You can play like 1 or 2 Masterpiece once it comes to 3 in the TCG, and you can play 1 or 2 of the new monster as well to be able to search it off of Draco Standoff. Okay, so for the second effect, if a face-up True Draco and or True King monster you control is destroyed by battle of a card effect and sent to the grave, you can target one of them, place it face-up as a continuous spell or trap, which is pretty cool. Or you place it face-up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. Excuse me. So you basically just use it to tribute them. That's pretty good. That's an okay ability just to be able to put them in your back row so you can tribute them off, which is pretty good. But they don't want to get this deck too broken support because it's kind of future-proof a little bit because you don't use an extra deck with it, which is really nice. But it's kind of like Monarchs that you kind of have to be a little hesitant on what you actually give them because they could be absolutely broken very quickly and you'd have to go through and just ban a bunch of cards, which would be very unfortunate. But this card, definitely a 3-of in the deck because it's basically Rhoda. They do need a Rhoda. It's pretty safe play. This card's kind of weird. Not sure where this is going to fit in. Plus, it looks really weird with the face. And then this card is probably like a 1 or a 2-of. Like, we're probably playing like 2 Masterpiece, the original Masterpiece, and then we're playing 2 of this maybe. I'm not sure, but it is a negate, which is really, really good. And that's a really cool ability just to instantly bring your monsters out to your side of the field. I really like this card. Okay, so for the next one, we do have Tri-Brigade support as well. So this is really cool. And they even had someone cosplay as Frigid, which is super, super cool. I really like this cosplay. This is really done well. Okay, so for the cards that we actually got for Tri-Brigade, let's go ahead and see it. I really like this cosplay. This is super, super cool. Okay, so what do we have? So first off, we do have a new Link monster. Oh, and it's based on Frigid. That's why she actually is dressed up. That's super cool. Well, it was kind of hinted, I guess. But let's see what this card does. This card is actually a Link 2 monster with a bottom left and bottom right arrow. And the artwork, phenomenal. Okay, so what does this actually do? This card is called Tri-Brigade's Arms Mauser, I believe, or a Mo-user. I don't know. Anyways, Link to Earth Beast Link effect monster with 1800 attack and a bottom left and bottom right arrows. Those are amazing arrows. And for its materials, it just requires 2 Beast Warrior and or Winged Beast monsters, just like your rest of your Tri-Brigade cards. And has the ability that you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. For the first effect, if this card is Link Summon, you can send 2 Tri-Brigade cards with different names from your deck or extract to the graveyard, except a copy of this card. That is broken. That is really, really, really good because that loads your graveyard with all sorts of different Tri-Brigade cards, and also that's really good because you can send cards like your copy of Shirog directly from the extract to the graveyard, which is really insane. That's actually really good. This card is instantaneously a 2-of in any Tri-Brigade deck or any deck that's playing Tri-Brigade, but being able to just instantly send the exact Tri-Brigade card you need to the graveyard is crazy. Also, you cannot special summon the extract for the rest turn except Beast Warrior, Winged Beast monsters. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. Rescue Cat instantly makes this card on your side of the field without even playing into any hand trap, or like you're going to play into some hand traps, but it just plays like around using like your other Tri-Brigade cards like Harass for discarding and special summoning. So that's really good. And I really like this card. This card is really good so far. And for the second effect, this card is sent to the graveyard. You can try to face a monster on the field and change it to face down defense. Basically being a Book of Moon. That's pretty good as well because you can actually use this card. Oh, that's really good because you can use it as like an Ultimate Slayer target. Is if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can just target a face-up monster field and book it. That is really, really good for like Ultimate Slayer and all sorts of different cards to be able to send it to the graveyard to be able to instantly book another card on the field. That's really good. That card is going to be one of the chase cards of the set, and that card is definitely at least a 2-of inside of Tri-Brigade. Okay, so we also have a new spell. Please be a good spell finally. Please finally have a good spell. What does this card do? It's called Tri-Brigade Hammer. Oh, and that's actually Rugal right there. That's really cool. Okay, so this card is actually a quick play spell, and you can activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. You can add a Tri-Brigade spell or trap from your deck to your hand, except a copy of this card. That's really good because it actually searches Revolt, so you don't technically have to go into Bear Brim anymore. You can actually just use this card to instantly get to your copy of Revolt, which is pretty good. And for the second effect, you can banish any number of Tri-Brigade cards from your graveyard, especially a Tri-Brigade Link monster from your extract with a Link rating equal to the number of banished, ignoring its summoning conditions. Also, you cannot special summon the extract for the rest turn except for Beast Warrior, Wing Beast monsters. That is basically a copy-paste of the Tri-Brigade effect. That is really good, and I really like this card. This card is probably a 3 of in the deck, as it can help you get to your copy of Revolt instantaneously, or you can use this card to instantly bring out the exact Tri-Brigade that you need, because if you really quickly need to get into a copy of Shirog, you can basically just use this card to basically summon Shirog to your side of the field, or you can technically use this card to get into your copy of your new Tri-Brigade Arms monster, which is really cool, the new form of Frigid, which is awesome to instantly summon that to your side of the field. This card is great. Both of these are great. That's really, really good. So do we have anything else? No, that's it. Okay. So 3 of, probably, because they do need support anyways, and you're just basically playing Hand Trap Turbo right now with making Shirog, and probably a 2 of. This is really good. This is actually really insane support. Hopefully in the TCG we get the Smorgling back, because that would make the deck absolutely insane, and I would love to see Tri-Brigade do really well. Okay, so what else do we have? So next, we do have a couple of cards to cover in this. We do have a broken new hand trap, which we're actually going to check out. And this card is called Dominus Spiral. And this card actually has the ability, its artwork is phenomenal, by the way. It makes me think of Unchained Soul of Rage, which is really cool. And actually a little bit of Yang from Ruby, which is really neat. But this card actually has the ability, it's a normal trap card, and you can only activate this card you can only activate a card with this card's name once per turn. And if your opponent activated a monster effect in the hand or the graveyard this turn, basically a hand trap or a monster in the grave, you can activate this card from your hand. That's a pretty interesting ability, and I love the concept of hand traps actually being traps. That's really neat. And for this card's ability, you can target one monster that your opponent controls, return it back to the hand or the extract. Then, if you have no traps in the graveyard, your opponent can special summon one monster from their graveyard. If you activated this card from your hand, you cannot activate light and dark monsters effects for the rest of the duel. That's okay. It's basically a bounce. That's pretty good, but you basically have to activate one of your other Dominus cards first to be able to actually resolve this, and it does lock you out of light and dark, which is some of the most supported types in the entire game. So this card, in my opinion, it's okay. It's not like game breaking like a Mulch Army, but it's pretty good. And in certain decks that are basically just fire, or another deck that might just be just water, it might be really good to be able to use it as a balance, especially in like trap decks. Like maybe in like Umi Kairushin, it might be really good. Maybe even in something like Marincess, it might be really good, where you're playing a bunch of like hand traps and you already have a hand trap in archetype. It might be really good, but overall, pretty good. I really like this card. Okay, so we do have some other cards to cover. We do have a new Regenesis card, and we're finally getting the Dark Regenesis monster, which is really neat. So this card is actually really neat, and this card is called Regenesis Demiurge, I believe. Demiurge, I think that's how you say it. But it's a level 10 Dark Illusion special summon effect monster with 2,500 attack and 2,500 defense, just like the rest of Regenesis cards. It cannot be normal summoner set. It must be special summon from the graveyard, meaning you're basically going to have to get it there with one of your other Regenesis cards by banishing 2 monsters from your graveyard with 2,500 original attack or defense, and you can only special summon this card once per turn this way. For the first effect, if this card is special summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls and or in their graveyard up to the number of banished monsters with 2,500 attack or defense and return them back to hand. So basically, a double bounce, because you're going to have to banish 2 monsters to be able to summon this card out. So it's a double bounce for Genesis, which is really nice. This card's probably just a 1-of though, because it is a little bit of a requirement to get it into the graveyard though. And for the second effect, monsters that your opponent control lose 2,500 attack during the battle phase only. That's really cool to basically just stop your opponent in their tracks, because it's just going to drop their attack points down by 2,500 and make it super easy to actually OTK your opponent with the Genesis lore, as it comes out at 5,000 attack points during the battle phase. So it's going to be very easy to OTK your opponent using this card, but again, probably just a 1-of, because it does have to summon itself from the graveyard, so you're going to have to get it in the graveyard first. So just like your copy of Regenesis Sword, it's probably like a 1-of. So it's really good though. But that's the only actual new Regenesis card that we have. We also have one last card to cover with you guys. I did tell you it was big news. We have a lot of articles to cover and a lot of new cards, but we do have a V-Jump promo just to throw in. And this card is actually a Dogmatica card. We have no information on it besides this artwork and the name, which is actually called Dogmatica Chaplain, which is actually really neat. I love the claws. That's really, really neat. It is a level 8 light monster, and it is going to be released on August 7th, the rest of the information. But that is actually it. We have new Black Rose cards, True Draco. We have new Tri-Brigade cards. We have a new Hand Trap coming out in the set. We have newer Genesis cards coming out in the set. And we have a new V-Jump Dogmatica card, which is so cool. But definitely comment down below what sport you're excited for, guys. I'm really excited for the new Black Rose sport. I think it's going to be insane. I really like the names, but let's be honest, this card is definitely getting its name changed in the TCG, and we're also probably going to see this card's name change as well in the TCG as well. But overall, really good sport. This is a great step for Black Rose. We'll probably get more support for Black Rose in the following set as well. They'll probably give us a little bit more follow-up support, which is going to be nice, but it's really cool to actually see new Black Rose support, and all the cards are actually really good. So that's it for this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell on there so you can become part of notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.